Hello and welcome to this video. My name is David Thorne. In this video we're going to be talking about how to drop a database using 1. PHPMyAdmin, 2. using the terminal, just basically MySQL-Client, and 3. also through Visual Studio Code. So yeah, one we're going to do it on this terminal basically, and then the other one in PHPMyAdmin, and then the next one we're going to be in here and going to drop one of the databases. So as you can see, I've created 3 databases: PHPMyAdmin _drop database, and then terminal _drop database, and then VSCode _drop database. So with that said, let's get started. Okay, let's just start off, because we're here already, let's start off with PHPMyAdmin. Now I must say PHPMyAdmin is a little bit weaker than what VS Code is going to be, all right? And VS Code, in my opinion, is the best one to drop a database if you want to be careful. But PHPMyAdmin is kind of careful, but it could get even more careful. And I'm going to show you why. So let's just say PHPMyAdmin _drop database. We're going to check this checkbox right here. And then we're going to hit this drop database button, or this drop button, right? And it's going to come up here. It's going to ask you, do you really want to drop it or destroy this one database? Because it's going to remove it completely. And you have this nice drop button, but some people don't read these buttons, right? Some people are, oh yeah, we're going to add a database. So you have to be really careful, because when you tap this drop button, this database, as you can see now, is gone, all right? And it ain't coming back. However, let's jump over to Visual Studio Code, and let's now give this a refresh, and you'll see it's gone. Visual Studio Code, on the other hand, right, when we come here and we say drop database, it even comes up here and says enter database name to confirm drop, and press enter to confirm your import or escape to go here. So you can press escape and nothing happened, right? But at least you've got that extra bit of security here. And it's not the right database name, but VS Code drop database. So you have to type in quite a lot, or copy paste or something to get it right. And now it's gone. All right. So my opinion is that it's that little bit. It has a little bit more security, VS Code, than doing it in other ways. Now, obviously, then the final way, which if we just say show databases here, and you'll see what databases we have. And you've got terminal _drop database. We can say here drop database, and this is then the hardcore version, because there's none. There's literally, it's just boom. I'm just gonna trust you. You're a root user. You want to do it. I'm gonna do it, and it's gone. So there's no red buttons. There's no retyping it. There's no press enters and something. Boom, your database has gone. So with that said, this really takes me down to saying that you really need to make sure that you back up your databases, and you really need to think, do I really need to do this? Because all the tables, all of the rows, everything inside that database is going to go, and there's no backing up afterwards. There's no fixing this. All right, it's gone. So with that said, that would bring me onto nicely a MySQL backup, or backing the table up, or exporting the table, which I'll probably do another video about. Other than that, if you are going to do this stuff with inside Visual Studio Code, it is basically the same thing. We just say here create database, and then VS Code drop database, and so on. We create it, and in here it's the same thing. It's drop database, and then VS Code drop database. There's no difference to it here than it was in the terminal, and that goes the same also with PHPMyAdmin. You know, we can say here create database, and we're just going to say tester here to make it a little bit faster, and we can just say go. And now once we've done that, we can see testers made, and we can just say here drop. And this is also a super dangerous way to do it as well, because PHPMyAdmin will just let you do it. If you run an SQL command, it's going to do it. All right. So there we go. This is now how to drop databases in 3 different ways, or actually 6 different ways. In more ways. But the thing that I want you to get out of this one video is be careful before you drop any databases. Make sure you back it up. And it's better to back it up and then delete the backup at a later stage than it is to just to drop the database. All right, word of advice: before you drop, do backup first, and once you've dropped it, then go and have a cup of coffee and think, should I have really dropped it? If not, then at least you've got the backup and you can then redo everything there already. And don't give the drop command to everyone in your company. All right, give it to one person and one person only that can log in and drop databases, because it's the most dangerous one. All right. Okay, with that said, if you've got any feedback, comments or concerns, please obviously put them in the comments box below. I will answer every single message. And please don't forget to give it a like. This just helps the algorithm for other people to find these videos. Okay, you know, you found my videos somehow, but that was probably through someone else sharing it or liking it or commenting it and so on, and then my videos popped up to you as well. So please give it a like for the other people to find these videos as well. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video, which will probably, more than likely, be on the screen for you right now. Thanks then, bye.